It's time once again for yet another installment of my taking on the hypocrisy of thought and ripping it a new asshole, or as I like to call it, perspective. Today, I was going to talk about the concept of PC and what it means to me and what it means to the downfall of society as we know it. But having a conversation with Net Detective 25 the other day, he brought something to my attention. We have a lot of conversations via Yahoo Instant Messenger, I believe, or AOL Instant Messenger, about different things. He asks me my opinion on this, or we discuss different stuff. And he reminded me of a conversation we had a few weeks ago about the modern world and its approach to the kind heart. This conversation was basically centering around the fact that there are certain people that I have in my life and that I have been privileged to interact with on some level, who have an exorbitantly large capacity to care and to give freely of themselves to other people who are in need. My mother is a fine example of a person who is willing to put themselves in a negative circumstance to try and help another human being. I have a lot of people in my family that are like that. Jaded as they may be and twisted as their lives have made them, they still have this enormous capacity to put themselves secondary to those that are in need. I mean, literally take the shirt off of their body and hand it to a person if that was what they truly needed. My mother, her personal issues involving this particular topic are that people take advantage of that kindness quite often. Because a lot of people see kindness as weakness. They see kindness as a stupid person. Somebody who is willing to give is somebody who's willing to be taken, is the mentality. And that's what I want to talk about. Specifically because I have watched people like that crush themselves under the heel of self-ridicule because of the abuses that they had sustained at the hands of these selfish, ignorant slugs. And how furious that makes me because of the fact that those people who are giving without want, who are giving without concern or fear of their own well-being, are being brought to a point where they question their own self-value and self-worth because they feel that they're stupid. Because even though they know they're going to get hurt, they give anyway, and yet somebody will come along and they will take, and they will take, and they will abuse, and do it with a smile. So this message is for you, the user. The person who feels that it's their right to get whatever they can, however they can, at whatever cost, and whoever's soul they have to destroy to get it. I want to send this personal message to you, and I want you to see me, my face, saying it to you. This isn't going to be some anonymous post on a message board. This isn't going to be some random quip that comes up in a response to somebody else's comment on your favorite website. No, this is me making a video, talking specifically to you people, because I have only one thing to say, and that thing is, you should die. For you see, in this world, kindness is a strength, not a weakness. We live in a society that takes. We live in a society that destroys. We live in a society that absorbs. It doesn't give. It doesn't create. It doesn't expel. What it does is it soaks up every opportunity, every chance, everything it can get its hands on, and does so without remorse, without regret, and without stopping. It is a juggernaut of self-centered greed and disgust, and it makes me violently, violently ill. You have to understand that I come from a place where people don't help. People will step on you if it will get them that much further along, that much faster. If you're living on the street and you've got no food and you've got no money and you've got clothes that you've been wearing for weeks at a time, the only thing that this world has to say to you is get a job. I want you all to understand something. And it's very important for me to make sure that I communicate this before I continue, because I want you to understand that my perspective comes from personal experience. I've had my world destroyed many times over by people like that. People who are willing to take without concern. People that are willing to to remove from you whatever they can, however they can, under the guise of need, under the guise of actual circumstance that's negative. They lead you to believe that their world is crumbling. And because of the soul that you have, you try to help them. You don't want to see another human being in pain. There are too many people in this world that are in pain, so you go out of your way to help them, only to turn around and see that they take what you give them and abuse it and waste it and laugh. Kindness is not a weakness. Kindness is a strength. And you need to learn to appreciate that in others. We live in a world where people cannot comprehend free kindness. The idea is that behind that smile, there's a machination waiting to be hatched. There is a plot waiting to be exposed. And in the end, that kindness was nothing more than a bait and switch tactic. It was put there specifically to lull you and make sure that you are not prepared for the hammer that is swinging at the top of your head. We have all gotten so jaded and so fearful of the kind hand and the warm smile that we all believe that it's only hiding something more devious, something more sinister than it actually is. I want you, the YouTube audience that's watching this, to do me a favor, even if you don't like me, even if you don't agree. This isn't about me. This is about the world you live in. I want you to go out there and I want you to act kind to one person. Whatever that kindness may be, open the door for them, smile, small comment, send a thank you note to somebody who sent you a cool birthday gift, something. Show some kindness in this world. We are all coming to the point where hate, greed, disgust, and apathy are taking over, and it's not the kind of world I want to live in. I will do everything in my power to shatter that world, to tear it down brick, by person, by corrupted, twisted soul, by corrupted, twisted soul, any way I can. And I hope that when I look to my left and I look to my right as I march into battle with my battle standard raised high above my head, that I can count you among the people that are marching with me. That every one of you will be to my left or to my right, standing side by side, marching into this world, hoping that we can create something better, knowing that we can create something better. If I ever have the opportunity to come face to face with the people that have abused my family, that have abused the weak, that have abused the innocent, that have abused the kind, I only hope that I have the opportunity and the cover to be able to take a break where it's appropriately needed. And I really, really, truly, truly hope that this circumstance never comes down, because I, for one, can no longer abide by cruelty. I, for one, can no longer sit silently by and watch the innocent, watch the kind-hearted, watch the loving and the caring be decimated, destroyed, dismantled, and forever fractured by the world that we live in. It's really quite simple, folks, and I hope this message gets out to the right people and that you people hear what I have to say. Kindness is important. Kindness is a character of strength. Kindness is not a weakness. I really, truly hope that you embrace this thought and take it with you for the rest of your life, because one day you may turn around and I may be standing there. You might want to keep that in mind.